In a previous video, I promised you we'd go through the raised beds that I've put in. These are pods or IBCs. In Australia, a lot of the feed companies deliver food and oil or even poison for like pesticides and Roundup, etc. in these things to the farmers. And once they've been used, you can buy them off the feed companies or your rural shops, and they make great beds. So this would have been double the height. We cut it in half. You can turn the cage over so you don't have the sharp edges on top. And then I half filled it with sand or gravel from there till about there. And then I put a layer of geotech fabric across the top of the sand level, and then filled it from there up with good soil, compost, etc. And then at the layer of soil, I put a little drainage hole so that it doesn't flood, because obviously it can't, the water when it rains can't get away. So you need a little drainage hole, which you can get fancy and put a plug on that you can turn on and off, etc. I haven't. I literally just have a hole. And then you just plant it out. I've got all my nasturtiums, and I've got a pineapple in there, and beans, and well, as you can see, they do love it. They become quite festive. There's silver beet. I've got some coriander in there as well, and then there's heaps of other stuff which I've got a gap there that I need to fill. I try to fill all my gaps because otherwise the sun just leaches all the moisture out of there. Southeast Queensland, Australia, gets very, very, very hot, and we don't get nearly as much rain as we would like. So there you go, that's our wicking beds that we've used here. In a lot of cases I've joined one wicking bed to another wicking bed with an arch, and in this case I put a thornless blackberry and a water spinach, and then frost cloth obviously over the top because the water spinach doesn't like the frost. And then underneath you can grow like a little greenhouse. So that's working for me. You do have to be aware that the rain doesn't really get through what you put up top, so you have to water down the bottom extra. But this is galangal, a ginger. I did have another ginger in there, but it's died back now. There's a tomato in there, considering we're in the second week of June, which is midwinter here. It's not doing too badly. There's tomatoes there growing, one that's died back. So yeah, I think they work quite well. We have terrible soil. It's sand on top with thick clay underneath. So me planting in the actual ground, unless I work the soil extensively, is just not really an option. So these have worked really well for me.